All right, so now we're gonna make our version of a chicken schnitzel. Normally the schnitzel is breaded with the standard breading procedure, which is flour and then egg and then breadcrumbs. We are only gonna bread the top side of the breast. And it's not a full breading, it's just mustard as the binder and then breadcrumbs. And some people are concerned that it doesn't get as crispy as they like, but the purpose of those breadcrumbs isn't necessarily to get very crispy. It is to hold in butter when you're cooking it. So that is our goal most of the time. So I don't really care about this skin being whole, so we can just take off the breast like this. If you cut this breast well, the tenderloin will still be attached, and it's on there tight. It's not hanging off or anything. And if that's the case, then you can include it in your schnitzel. If it is falling off, if it looks ragged, if it doesn't look good, you might want to take it off. But for this presentation, this is going to work. So I compared the shape of a chicken breast almost to a mitten, where there's a flat side, and then there's another side that's almost like the bump on your thumb. That's this side. So we want to use the flat side as the hinge, and we want to start our incision right here. Press it flat and then come in like this. And I'm not cutting all the way through, I'm cutting 80 to 85% through, so it stays connected. And then you can open it up and it's almost like almost a perfect circle. The cutting board is slightly wet to help the plastic adhere. So piece of plastic, nice and flat. I'm going to open the breast up. I'm going to use salt as a tool to lubricate the breast. So top, bottom, and then another piece of plastic on top. I have the side on the top that was the inside of the breast. So when I made my incision and I opened it up, the open side is on top right now. It's a little bit easier to pound it. Nice firm. I'm shooting for about 1/4 inch thickness. So after it's pounded, I'm going to straighten out my plastic one more time, and I can just manually kind of push it over to where I want it so that it is more of a uniform shape. And it won't stay that way perfectly when I cook it, but it'll be pretty close. And then I have mustard. Remember, we've already seasoned it, so it doesn't need any more salt. And then breadcrumbs. Press it down. And this is pretty well stuck to the plastic, so I can use the plastic to transport it to the pan. So flame goes on, and I'm going to add probably 3 tablespoons of cooking oil. I just use canola. The rest of it is going to be butter. And if I used 100% butter, the butter would burn before the breadcrumbs were brown. So it's hot, but the butter is not browning at all. Because of that salt, the chicken is really well adhered to the plastic, and I can very, very slowly lower it away from me, away from the fat, so it doesn't splash up. And I have the flame on high right now, and I'm not moving it, I'm not touching it, I'm just letting it cook. Now I see browning right there. That butter is browning. I can also hear that it's getting really hot. So I'm going to turn it down to about 3/4. Okay, let's take a look. Delicately. Some browning. Let it keep cooking. You have to be careful when you're handling it because the mustard isn't as an effective binder as, say, egg. So you can't mess up your crust. Handle it as little as possible. All right, so with my spatula, I'm gonna get under there, very gentle, flip. Looks pretty good. I think we're done. If I were going to make this for my dinner on a Tuesday, this is how I'd eat it. But if you want to be fancy, you can use a ring cutter like this and just press down, give it a little bit of a twist. And this is the best part. Don't throw that away.